I'm ready to fall in love again. Hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Aoife, and today I am taking you through all of the really big, really popular romance authors that are still on my TBR. Some of these I have the physical book for, some of these I have got Kindle copies lying around on the various Kindles that I own, but all of them are super celebrated and are super popular with romance readers, and I still have to pick them up. When I planned out this video, I had a couple of other authors on there that have now actually had to be taken off. So I can say that I have actually started making a way through this list already, and I'm hopeful that that means there's going to be a little more progress by the end of this year. First up is Carly Fortune. I've heard really good things about Every Summer After and Meet Me at the Lake. I don't think they are connected. I don't think they are necessarily in the same series or follow the same group of characters. But I really love a kind of a summer feel book. A book where you are spending all of your time at the lake. A book where you are spending all of your time in summer in small towns. I've heard that Every Summer After is a little bit like Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I didn't necessarily love that book. There were a couple of things about the execution that I didn't love, but I did really enjoy the plot of it. I did really enjoy the idea of friends as children, and then we meet each other again when we're adults and sparks start to fly between us. So hopefully that means that I'm going to have a little bit of a better time with Every Summer After, and then I can get straight into Meet Me at the Lake. Next up is one that is a little bit out of my comfort zone, and that is Ana Huang. I know that the Twisted series is very dark, it is very atmospheric, it's very much a dark romance, and that is not something that I generally tend to reach for. But I've heard a couple of people who've said that they really enjoyed the entire Twisted series. I think there's 4 of them. There's Twisted Love, there's Twisted Games, and there's 2 others that I'm not entirely sure the titles of. But I'm really interested to see how I'm going to get on with it. I have stopped doing my little thing of buying an entire series and only having read the first one, or buying an entire series when I haven't even read the books at all. I've actually only got the first book here as a copy, and I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to see how I get along with it, and if we get along well, maybe I'll get the other ones too. Next up is Elle Kennedy, and I know that I said I try not to buy an entire series when I haven't read any of the books, but the Avalon Bay series is absolutely the exception to that rule. I have got, I think, Good Girl Complex, Bad Girl Summer, and The Summer Girl, so I definitely have to get trying on those ones. But I was also given a NetGalley copy of The Graham Effect, which I think is Elle Kennedy's most recent book. I've also not tried the Campus series at all, so I haven't tried the one that has the deal in it, but I've heard so many people who have really enjoyed it. It is a college romance, so I think it's going to be a little bit more juvenile to what I usually read, but I'm going to go into them all with an open mind. I have a feeling that Elle Kennedy's books are going to be a little bit spicy, and as I've said, I also really enjoy a summer romance. So let's see how Elle Kennedy is going to work for me. Not to be confused with Elle Kennedy, I also really need to give Kennedy Ryan a try. I got this book in a book box a couple of years ago, and I still haven't read it because I am a little bit worried about the content. I've heard a couple of things about what happens in this book, and I need to be in the right headspace to try it. But I've also seen a lot of people who've really enjoyed it. I've seen a lot of people who really enjoyed the writing style. I've seen a lot of people who really enjoyed the chemistry between the 2 characters. So I think I need to just wait until I'm ready for it, but I definitely need to give this one a go. Another dark romance that I don't necessarily know if it's something for me is the Billionaire Dreamland series by Lauren Asher. Again, I've only bought the first book in the series this time. I'm going to give the fine print a try. It is set in something that's a little bit akin to Disneyland, which is something that I enjoy. I've never actually been to Disneyland, but I am a big Disney fan. Not to the extent of being a Disney adult, but I do enjoy Disney movies. I like going to theme parks. I like walking around them. I don't love roller coasters, but I do love just walking around a theme park, going to the stalls, trying out some of the games. So let's see how I get along. I'm hopeful, but knowing that this is a darker romance, it could go either way. I also really want to try the books by Ashley Winstead, and I know that she is not only a romance author. I know so many people who have really loved In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, but I don't know if that's the kind of book for me. I think that's kind of a thrillery, sci-fi, spooky book, and I don't necessarily know if that's the vibe I want to go for with books. But I have got a copy of The Boyfriend Candidate from NetGalley, and when I heard that she also had a couple of romances up her sleeve, I thought maybe this is my chance to give it a try. Maybe this is something that I can appreciate of her writing, And if I'm enjoying it, and if one of my friends says, actually, I think In My Dreams I Hold a Knife is something that could work for you, maybe I can then branch out a little bit further. I don't know if this author is as popular or as well known as the others that I've talked about, but I'd also really love to read the books by Alicia Thompson. I was supposed to read With Love from Cold World with Lily from Literary Lily, and I had a bit of a chaotic month when we were supposed to do that, so she sped through the entire book and fell completely in love with it. She told me that she really enjoyed the writing style, that it was a little bit spicier than she thought, and that the characters had really good chemistry. So, when I was at home over Christmas and my parents gave me a bookshop voucher, I actually found both of Alicia Thompson's books on the shelf. So I found this and I found With Love from Cold World. And I thought, why not? I picked up both of them. I have got both of them on my TBR, and I'm thinking I'm going to give them a try in or around August time, when the weather is starting to change a little bit, when things are starting to get a bit cold and a bit more atmospheric. I will probably read Love in the Time of Serial Killers around August or September, and then when it starts to get really, really cold in around November, December time, I will go and pick up With Love from Cold World. Finally is by far the chunkiest book on this list. This is Mile High by Liz Tomforde. I picked this up because I heard Rainy from Rainy Blue Reads absolutely singing its praises to the rooftops. She did a video back in January where she read all of the books that were on the romance category for the Goodreads Choice Awards, and I think it was the third book in this series that was on that list. Obviously, she went back and read all of the other books in every series before she went and read the books that was on the list, but she talked so highly about this one that I just knew I had to pick it up. What she forgot to tell me was that it's about 600 pages. I'm trying to get into my sports romance era. I'm really, really trying to give it a try, and I feel like this might be a good way to ease into it. Those are all of the romance authors that everybody seems to be reading except for me, and I really, really want to get that changed. Have you read any of the authors that are already on this list, or is there somebody else that you haven't picked up but everybody else seems to be talking about? If you would love to leave me a comment but you can't think of anything you'd like to say, then just leave me the hand holding a pen emoji. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I have new videos up every week. Now, get on out of here.